Hello, and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays, podcast by friends for friends. I'm Adam. I'm here with Ryan.
Hello.
And Margot.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
Yeah. It's been a crazy few weeks
It's
for you
been-
guys.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
crazy for me. Took bar exam, went on vacation, moved to an apartment, and about to start work. So yeah, pretty wild and
There you
eventful time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. Favorite part of all three?
Well, definitely the vacation, and specifically on the vacation.
No, I mean favorite part of the bar exam. Favorite part of
the bar
vacation.
exam? Oh my god, the favorite part of the bar exam was
When it was over.
Yeah.
probably when it was over. Although at the when it was over point, I was feeling very unsure of myself and doubting my abilities. So I don't know if that was like the high point. I felt like at the end of the first day, because it's a 2-day test. At the end of the first day, I was like, you know what? That didn't go that bad. I think I
Hell
got
yeah.
this. Like
Woo.
that was probably a pretty good feeling. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll take it.
and then the second day, I was like, man, I don't know if I got this. But that's how
Dear listeners, he does. He
that's
does
how
have it.
literally every exam I've ever taken goes. So
Mhm.
that's okay. And then vacation was kayaking at Pictured Rocks National Park, which was incredible. Highly
Very
recommend if you go up there. It's a little dangerous apparently, but
Oh.
not when I went. They had we were originally supposed to go on a Sunday and the weather was bad, so they're like, cancel, can't do it. And then they offered us an alternate place to go to, which we said no because we wanted to see the Pictured Rocks.
Yeah.
And apparently, then we went the day after, which was much calmer.
Mm.
And I guess multiple people flipped their kayaks on the day that we
dang.
were supposed to go. So
I'm glad they didn't let you guys go then. Yeah.
yeah,
Jeez.
but incredible, very very gorgeous. Definitely a bucket list activity.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then moving, I don't know, getting all settled. Today was the day we kind of put together most of our decorations, hung a lot of paintings, art prints. We have still a lot more left to hang, but we just need to get frames over time for that kind of stuff. So kind of feel like we're pretty much settled at this point.
That's so exciting.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, there. What about you, Ryan? Updates from your
Oh.
corner of the world.
Yeah.
Which is-
I started my job 2 weeks ago and it's
Woo.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Love that.
Doing all sorts of space stuff and that's a lot of fun.
He's in space right now.
Yeah.
International Space Station.
It looks a lot like my apartment for some reason.
It's so cool how they do that.
Yeah.
It's just a really convincing Zoom background.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I'm cat sitting, which is a delight. I love cats.
Yeah.
And they're two fluffy little tuxedo kitties.
Aw.
And they're precious. Yeah. And one of them has like a goatee.
Ooh.
And that's
cute.
cute. I love it. But yeah. Today we're gonna do one of our story things, one of our movie things. And we're gonna make it happen this time.
Yeah, last time we did this, a bit chaotic, not very coherent of a film.
No.
But you know what? That happens.
We did, however, get the squirrel thing from it though, and I think that's pretty fun. I forget what squirrel stood for.
I feel like we had a lot of great ideas for that movie.
Yeah.
And they just did not work with the theme that we were given.
Yeah. I think we made a great movie. It just
And
wasn't the movie
generally
we set out to
together.
make. Yeah.
I feel like 45 minutes and we're going to end up in the same boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't be such a pessimist. Okay, who's doing genre? Who's doing hero? Who's doing villain?
I got genre.
You got it. All right, go for it.
Rolling a dice, a d20 to be specific, and it's 16.
16, a sports movie. Something we're all experts at.
Okay. I got hero.
Okay.
Nat 1.
Ooh. An everyman.
Solid.
All right, we're making Rudy.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds like a sports movie already.
Have any of you guys seen Rudy?
No,
No.
It's a
just
weird
know of
movie.
it.
It's about a dude that played football for Notre Dame, but like only one game,
Oh, that's not
and he worked a really hard time to
impressive.
be on the football team.
Oh, okay, good for him.
And he played one game, and everyone chanted, "Rudy,
What
he did it! He played one game."
is it? Because he like hurt himself or something?
Nope.
He just only wanted to do one.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't very good.
Oh, was it the end of the season? Why is it only one? Is what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
He only got to play one game because
Okay.
he worked so hard.
Ah. All right,
People
Billy.
really love that film. It's not very good.
I got a 5. Oh my god, guys, this movie writes itself. An authority figure. So the
Okay,
coach,
okay.
right? Or like the principal or something. I don't know.
Here is my genius $1 billion dollar
Oh,
idea.
shit.
This may or may not be stolen from a Tumblr post I saw. Changed a little bit though, because it was different. So every sports movie is the same with sports. What if we took the sports out of the sports movie and put an E in front of it, so it's esports? That's right. It's a video game movie about an average Joe sports enjoyer who accidentally wanders into a high stakes video game tournament and by a wacky chain of events is forced to play a high stakes game. And then as it goes through the tree, like, the first game is he like stumbles into victory. And then there's like a whole thing. And then like over the course of the movie, he's like, wait, this is actually fun. I never really played video games except for like some Madden every now and again. But you know what? This game, pretty good. My teammates, we got this. And then they go and they win the championship because that's how sports movies work.
Amazing. Okay. I like the role reversal of like a really sporty jock guy trying to get onto the esports team instead of like a nerdy guy trying to get onto like the football team or something.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of video game is it?
That was the next question. I think it works because like there's a lot of variety, but I think it would be funnier if it's like the very anti-sport. So
like a farming sim or something?
Oh, well, I was thinking like League of Legends because there's like like Rocket League is still pretty sporty. I would say.
Is it just like soccer but cars?
Soccer but cars
with rockets.
With
on
rockets,
Oh.
which is a blast. It's really fun.
Fun, yeah.
But I think League of Legends is like the perfect, extremely complicated, hard to enjoy game unless you know what's happening.
As a woman who's interacted with a fair share of League of Legends men, what if we didn't?
All right, we do Smite instead because
Okay.
it's League of Legends but way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Or like Dota is another one that I think is the
MOBA.
same.
Just a MOBA. But I think MOBA's like, because MOBAs are so complicated and if you've never played a MOBA, you've literally no idea what's happening. And so it's perfect for someone who's like sports. Because like your Call of Duties or whatever, that's too boring and basic.
But it's also like one of the go-to video games, right? Like Call of Duty, Halo, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because I think MOBAs are more advanced, so someone who's never really played video games, that's like so high level for them.
Right.
Anyone can pick up a controller and shoot some
button
guys.
mash,
But
and maybe this movie is sort of like Ted Lasso, where it's like they never really go over like how European football is played. That stuff is always off screen. It's more like about the characters, and then the games are just like settings where the story is taking place.
I love that. Okay. Let's figure out real quick a few things. What is like the inciting incident that makes him like into esports? Like why is it like just random happenstance, silly?
I really like the idea of like
is it,
random happenstance. Like if you've ever looked at a team of esports players, they look like generic white guys.
Sure.
So because weirdly they're like pretty in shape. I don't want to be casting some negativity about the gaming community, but
I was gonna say y'all are both gamer boys. Like maybe don't hate on
No,
gamer boys.
but some esports teams are like pretty buff and they work out a lot.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's just not exactly like your archetypical
Sure,
gamer guy, but
anyone can be a gamer.
I think it would be really funny if he like wanders into the wrong thing because he's trying to get to like a sports bar or something, and someone's like, "Hey, white guy number 3, you look like this guy who's supposed to be playing right now," and the guy who's supposed to be playing is like super high on weed off in a corner, and they can't find him. So it's like, "You gotta get in here." He's like, "I don't know what this is. I don't know what lanes are or what we're trying to get. What do you mean gank? What is that?"
Okay, so like, what if there's just like your classic bulletin board sign up? I guess also we should figure out how old is this person. Like, is it a school team or is it like a professional team?
Like a professional team, so probably like mid-20s.
Okay, so maybe it's at like a bar or something, like because I'm trying to think of like where they would be to sign up.
I don't know where they do. Esports are kind of a big deal, so I think
like they're like conventions.
What if it's in a convention center and like he's there to see like a generic sports game and accidentally walks into the wrong door?
Oh, okay, yeah. What if he's there to like try out for the sports team, like and there's also like tryouts for the esports team at the same time, and then they're like here for tryouts, get in there, go kind of thing, and it's the wrong tryout.
They have like a flag football meetup for like a local team in the other room. It's like, this is where you sign up to go here, and he's like, I want to go play some flag football, but he goes in and he's like dazzled by all the lights and sound, and he's like, what is happening? And someone's like, guy, put your headphones on, get in that gamer chair, here's the keyboard, figure it out.
Oh my god. And then why do they want to keep him if it's a professional team? Like, does he like accidentally do really well, like the first game?
I was even thinking or like how he ends up in the scenario. Let's say there's 2 games going on at once. There's a sports game and then the esports. And so it's like this dude's favorite team, like the Dragons or whatever. But then the esports team also goes by the name the Dragons. And so he wants to like go meet the players.
Okay, I like that.
Accidentally ends up meeting esports. And maybe like it's a team of 5, but like one person on the team like has had enough, walks out, maybe possibly antagonist. And then they're like,
that could be a good antagonist.
Like, if it's a team captain, that's an authority figure, right? Like,
because
that's got to be a villain.
That's true. I forgot about our criteria for the villain. It can't just be like a random person.
But team captain works for that, right?
What if he's not in because I feel like team captain might be a little hard.
Do you want me to re-roll?
No, here's my idea.
Okay.
So we have like disgruntled player. He throws his controller on the ground. He's like, you guys don't understand the heart of the game. The leagues on the legends, you don't understand it. So he storms off. But then this Joe Schmo comes in and like randomly does very good. Clearly doesn't know what he's doing, but somehow he does really well. And they're like, you know what? Screw you. We're keeping this random guy because clearly he can do it and you couldn't. And then this disgruntled ex-player is like, I'm going to make it my mission to take this Joe Schmo down. And by doing this, he joins the like governing board of this esports league. And so now he's an authority figure. And now he's like working the system and manipulating like tournament brackets to put them up against the best esports teams. Like, I'm gonna screw you over. And like,
I like that. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I think that's solid.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then we work with our themes. Which we have not previously done.
No, but we're doing it right now.
But we're good. We got this.
Okay. So what? My cat's hungry, but I already fed him, so he's a liar. But what keeps our guy as like an everyman? Like, sure, he joins the team like through happenstance, okay, but like, what's his motivator to even stay on the team? Is it just sheer awkwardness? Like, he doesn't want to admit it? I feel like that's normal.
I feel like sheer awkwardness of like, oh, like I'm in too deep. We like #relatable. Like. They did an Instagram post and I'm in it. I guess I'm just on this thing now.
Oh my god. He's got to have like a panicked phone call to a best friend and be like, I don't know what to do. Like, they're just like, I'm on their emailing list now. Oh man. like doesn't want to send the order back kind of thing.
I've got another idea. This is a different way we could take it.
Okay.
And maybe I'm just thinking of this with like Dungeons and Daddies,
I'm
since I
down.
just
Yeah.
finished watching season 1 of that.
Love it.
But what if one of the players on the team, what if the everyman is a dad who's like really into like sports, but not necessarily esports? That's just something his son does. And his son is on the team.
Oh my god, I love that. Wait,
like that
either his son is on the
too.
team or his son like has to
Maybe the son is a
train
big
him.
fan, and maybe the son's the big fan, and
Oh.
like misdirects him intentionally. Be like, you know what? I got to convince my dad that these esports are just as fun as real sports. So he's like, oh, it's this convention hall door, not that one that you want to go to. And then
Right.
so the son
It's
like
like,
instigates
Look,
it
that
all,
dragon's logo looks a little different.
and then the son can like train him up on the side and be the coach.
I
And he
do
doesn't want to
like
leave because doesn't want to disappoint his son.
yeah, I do love the idea of like personal trainer son. Oh, and then maybe the dad stays because like, yeah, he doesn't want to disappoint his son, but also maybe this is like the first time he and his son have really connected.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Mhm.
he's like, oh, like my son loves this. Like I wanna be cool for my son.
Yeah.
I like
So I'll
that
be
a
a
lot.
gamer.
I like the idea too of the son, like he puts on a fake mustache. He's got a clipboard. He has
my
a
God.
whiteboard with a pointer in the background, and on it is like Gen Z slang, and the dad's like furiously taking notes.
What does it mean
It's
to
just
be
like a
tilted?
training montage.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I think you could do like a lot like fish out of water, like humor with it. Like the
Yeah.
team's like, oh, we got to go training. And then the dad shows up like wearing like workout gear.
Yeah,
And they're all just
yeah.
like wearing like,
Cozy, like I
yeah.
don't know, sweatshirts.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like
And then maybe
that.
he even shows them like a little bit of training. Like they do some like outdoor stuff where he's like, you guys ever
Yeah.
played like real sports?
Oh my god. Wait, okay. So I think something that can happen, right, is like he's got to learn how to be a better player, but the team has to learn how to be better at communicating because that's why the guy
Mhm.
like rage quit in the first place is everyone was just kind of doing their own thing. And so
Yeah.
like he teaches them like, okay, we're gonna like what are like dad things? Like we're gonna like
Oh,
go
he's
on
got
a
wisdom.
yeah, like he's like I'm like honestly picturing like team building things, which aren't really bad things, but like that kind of vibe where he's like, let's all go do this thing together. We're gonna play Monopoly together and not flip the board, or like something where he's just like, yeah, we have to work on talking. Maybe
And
they
so
go
the
to an
team
escape.
captain
Yeah.
left originally.
Okay.
So maybe the dad, like by the end of it, like becomes the new team
It
captain.
could be. I know you guys just watched Ted Lasso. It could be like a little bit Ted Lasso-y of like you absolutely don't know what you're getting into, but you got the spirit, so you're gonna get this get this done.
Maybe that's like the imposter syndrome thing though of like he does so amazing on the first match even though he's really just like ooh, maybe he's just like accidentally hitting buttons while he's trying to see his son over the computer being like what am I doing here, like what's going on, and he just like he's like not even
What's
looking
my
at the
ultimate?
screen. Yeah. He's like not
They
even,
keep saying ultimate.
what is
My
an
team's saying
ultimate?
my ultimate's ready. What do I do?
Your old man played ultimate frisbee in college. Like he's like not even looking at the screen, but like all of these players eventually just kind of like take a step back and they're like, oh my god, he's amazing.
Wow,
Like,
we told him to use his ultimate then, and he waited, and that was the right call. He took out the entire enemy team. We got a really good push off of that.
and so like, yeah, maybe like that's why they're like, look, like clearly something's going on. We've got this huge tournament or competition or whatever coming up. You're our new team captain. And he's like, just looking at his son. Like, oh my god. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's fun. So what sort of like evil hijinks does our antagonist get up to like try to sabotage?
I think maybe the antagonist, like you said, they like get to like a higher up position within the organization, and then they just start seeing their old team doing well, and then they just do like sell things to sabotage them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like
Like-
manipulating the tournament bracket to put them against really difficult teams in the beginning, maybe like some cheesier stuff like cutting the power or
Ooh.
messing with his keyboard so the button inputs are different.
Oh yeah, I like that. Or
maybe he does one where it's like the move is inverted and then but it backfires because that's how games used to be. And the dad's like, I played whatever, some like old arcade game or something of like, this is even better.
I played some Mrs. Pac-Man in my time.
One of the keyboards is missing and they don't have another replacement keyboard. All they have is joystick and he's like, I know what to do.
He finally comes into his own. Oh my god.
That's good.
I love that. Yeah, maybe he like spikes his gamer fuel or something, and one of them he's playing like drunk and caffeinated. He just switches like a power energy monster crush thing with like a 4 logo. Yeah.
I would like a scene where like the dad like tries some gamer fuel and it's like, oh, this is some weird Gatorade.
Oh my god, wait, there's one scene where he tries to like pour a Gatorade thing over and everyone's like, dude, these are electronics, you can't pour water everywhere. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say we just cracked it, but
I mean, this sounds perfect to me.
really,
Yeah.
I don't know what else we could possibly do.
What is there left to do?
What's like end of third, beginning of fourth act, like betrayal between the team? Like what causes strife that they then have to overcome for the final competition?
Maybe the final sabotage, because you talked about like communication issues. Maybe the final sabotage is he like sabotages his microphone, so he's like shouting commands, but no one can hear it. And he's like, oh no, and then he like pulls out a whistle and goes, and then like, all right, team, we gotta get this, and like just screaming and forget the microphone at all.
That's really funny. Yeah, I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, so like communication breakdown, they're getting killed. The enemy assassin just took out the hunter or whatever. I'm just gonna throw out Smite slang that I know. And then he like gets it together. We trained for this. We did those like ladder running things and
like he trains them like
pass
a team.
the ball back and forth. Like we can do this.
Okay. Can you guys tell me a little bit about Smite and like what it is? Because I feel like something that would be really wonderful is if like something from their training montage does help them like win Smite, but I don't know how to think about that if I don't know what Smite is.
All right, so MOBAs have these like 3-lane things, and on each end of the 3 lanes are like your base, and the goal is to kill or get to whatever the enemy base is by progressing down the lanes, because the lanes are defended by
so it's like capture the flag kind of.
But you don't have to bring it back. You just have to get to the enemy base and kill like the final boss, kind of.
Gotcha.
That's the basics, I guess. There's like in between the lanes, it's called the jungle, which is like how you get between, and there's like buffs that can be found in there.
Oh my god, he starts playing Welcome to the Jungle when they're teaching him about that.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's that training montage song.
Yeah. Maybe our main character like teaches the team like football formations and they start using those formations like in game.
I like that a lot.
Because another part of MOBAs is there's 5, or at least in Smite, there's 5 roles. So very strict, you have to do each of them. So you could do some kind of formation of like, all right, this lane is weak, we're gonna push that lane to try to get really close to their base, because if you push far enough, then your minions are like basic enemies, basic teammates that help on NPCs, and they get power-ups if you like progress far enough. So like, all right, formation, assassin, take out the back line, we're gonna push, get like the defender in there to cover and like get a healer in the back. Like, all right, we got this.
So what is the dad? Like, what's his role?
I feel like it's maybe too generic to say it'd be like the defender type.
What if he's the healer? Because
the healer would be good.
Like he's healing their hearts.
I would say like the tank usually is like the center of the team in those sorts of games, because like the team has to fight around the tank. The tank has to go in first and take all the damage.
Yeah, a tank. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Okay. What I feel like we need some more like drama. Because right now I feel like it's like, oh, like the same repeated like sabotages, but they come like
Mhm.
they overcome those kind of thing. But we need
What
like
if
personal drama.
what if there's a reason like the dad like can't participate in like one of the last matches because like maybe it's something like he's been spending too much time on esports that like work is getting upset with him.
Ooh.
So he's like, guys, I gotta stop playing this game.
Oh my god.
Gotta go to work.
They have like a heated discussion about like I have to get back to the real world, and they're like, "This is the world. How dare
That's
you?"
great.
There we go.
That's great. Like he says that in like anger kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what if the son takes his place then?
Like just for that's good.
Just for that game
Just
kind
for
of
the
thing.
game. It's
Yeah.
Like, I can do it.
Yeah. Like all of the gamers who he looks up to so much, like suddenly show up at his house and they're like, "You've got the chops, kid." You know how gamers talk. But yeah, like what if they're like, dude, like you're in kind of thing. And they like pull him out. But then like how I don't know, that's like an easy solution.
What if they're like they don't even consider the son and they're freaking out? They're like, maybe we have to contact the antagonist to get him back. He's like
Yeah.
the only person who's worked with us. And then the son comes up and he pulls off the fake mustache and he's like, I've been coaching my dad this whole time. Put me in, I can do it. And they're like, you know what? You're better than that idiot who left. So let's go.
Fair. Okay, fair. But then okay, so how does the dad like see what happened essentially? Like does he like go there after work? Like but then he
Yeah,
could
I
have
feel
just
like
played.
maybe
I
he
don't
like
know.
feels bad. He's like, no, I
Yeah.
abandoned my team. How could I do that? And he goes in to see his like son getting the final hit on the boss at the end and winning the game, and everyone's celebrating. And he's like, yes, this is what I'm missing. I need to be the support that this team needs, the support that my son needs, and we can do that.
I love that. Is there a
Nice.
version of Smite that has 6 players? Or is it only ever 5 on a
It's
team?
only 5.
Okay.
5, yeah.
Okay.
I think it'd be interesting too of like maybe like after like that fight happens, like the dad is at work, like at a boring office job, and like maybe he's on his computer and just gets like pop-ups, or is like he's watching the game on another screen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And sees it getting really close and it's like through work and then like runs to the stadium.
Oh my god, and he
because-
puts on the headset that his son normally has on, and then he's like, "Okay, listen up, boys," because they're all like struggling to communicate, and that's when he comes in and he's like helping them out as their coach, kind of thing.
yeah, there are coaches.
Yeah.
There you
so
go.
then maybe like takes over as a coach.
Yeah, like maybe the son has been coaching all this time, with his fake mustache, and now they just don't have one, and they're all just like kind of like, "What are we gonna listen to this like 16-year-old kid over here?" But then like, yeah, what if he like comes in at that point and he's like, "I'm here with you, boys." I don't know. I feel like that's good. Like that's dramatic.
Yeah. There could be some like side like like in dodgeball, some of the like side characters have their own personal stuff going on. Like some of the other teammates could be having like relationship issues, or maybe one of them
That's
still
true.
in college and he's like, I don't know how to manage this and schoolwork, and he like
Ooh,
works them
helps them
through
out
that
with
on the
that.
side.
That's
Yeah.
cute. I like that a lot. Yeah.
So then you develop the team a little bit more as well.
Yeah. I like that. Well, I think we did it. I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah.
what else to add here. Maybe how do we like beat the antagonist at the end?
What's the title for this movie?
Smite. I don't know.
We'll look up some
Dad
MOBA
buns.
slang.
How do they defeat the villain too?
Yeah, I think
I was thinking like the final like championship, the villain is like trying to pull some final scheme of like maybe like he's gone too far. He's like manipulating a light a spotlight above the dad that's gonna fall on him, and the son catches him in the act, and like reports him to the police. So they like win the game, and then they see the police like carting away this villain.
I
Mhm.
like that.
I
Yeah.
think it'd be funny too, like to like set the stakes high. Like the last team they play, the villain finds a way to join the team.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
like in Dodgeball. Or I
Yeah,
guess Dodgeball is just the villain's team, but still.
and then when they're about to lose, he goes and like pulls the lights.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good.
I think he's like sub in kind of thing, and then he goes and he's like up in the rafters. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And maybe this could be a thing where like at that point the dad and the son are swapping in and out. And then like whoever's not playing at that point like sees him go up there. Or maybe whoever is playing at that point sees him go up there and is also like, hey, you sub in for me kind of thing. I don't know. Parallels. Yeah. Gamer dad.
I don't know. I tried looking up slang and it did not assist me.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of popular video games, which doesn't help because it is about a specific video game. But I was like, Dad of War, Call of Daddy. None of those really feel right. Oh man.
Maybe you like give it like a sports movie name where it's just like one word.
Yeah.
Like Survivor or something.
That's good. Just the only gamer word I know, tilted.
There is, not to like make fun of this random person, but there's a car that I've seen in my neighborhood that it's like covered in Fortnite decals. There's a like Where We Droppin' Boys sticker.
Oh my god. Wait, that's a great name for it. Where We Droppin' Boys.
Everyone thinks it's a Fortnite movie, but it isn't.
It has nothing to do with it.
Well, he just keeps referencing Fortnite. He's like,
that's
is
the
this
only game he
Fortnite
thinks
that
it
you can-"
is. It's like, you guys in your Fortnite, and they're like, it's Smite for the last time.
When he comes back in the coach, he's like, "Where are we dropping boys?"
Oh my god, that's what he says. Yeah. Oh my god.
Did we get a #1 victory royale?
His celebratory dances is always like flossing or whatever.
But like really badly.
Really, really bad.
That's pretty good actually.
He starts dabbing. Oh man. Yeah. Do we like do a second one now? I don't know what to do from here.
We could do a quick one.
Yeah, let's do another quick
film.
one because we just did a quick one. Okay, everyone roll again. Yeah, we did that so fast.
Nailed that.
Like I
got a 16 again. Another sports movie.
Put us in the screenwriter's room.
You said 10?
10. Yeah.
It's a Western.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Right,
Am I doing hero again?
Yeah.
11.
11. A dark hero.
Oh, okay.
And 14. Okay, well, this is interesting. The hero's internal thoughts is the antagonist. Which I don't know if that works for a Western.
I feel like that can work for a Western.
You think?
Yeah.
Like there could be external enemies, but like
Right.
the real enemy is his inner demons.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Alrighty. All right.
Also, you said dark, like a dark hero. I think
Yeah.
it'd be very funny if dark means literal and he's just covered in shadow every single time we ever see him.
He never actually walks into the light. He's a vampire. Oh my god. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. So we're in the West. Is this like a classic Western or is this like just Western themed a la Mandalorian?
Could be either.
Okay. Do we want space cowboys or real cowboys?
I always love the space western.
All right, let's do a
Like
little
space
space
westerns
western.
really elevate the genre.
Yeah. Nothing makes the West better than space. Alrighty. Okay, so we're in space. He's riding a horse that doesn't look like a horse, but it's playing the role of a horse.
Or a mechanical horse.
Oh my god,
it's a
it's even
droid.
better. Yeah, a droid horse. Joyce.
What if we just do a droids in the desert? So it's just it's Western, so it's all in the desert, and we just have a droid horse and droid enemies. And
yeah, I'm down. It's all droids. Wait, but
C-3PO's there for some reason.
This is Star Wars now. This is that shitty little arc where it's just the droids in the desert.
The worst episodes of the Clone Wars show.
That frog guy who's like leading them around, I cannot tell you why, but he deeply reminds me of my personal finance teacher from high school. I think it's the eyes.
It's really funny. The new Jedi Survivor game, which is very good, I highly recommend, has a lot of weird creatures from like Star Wars lore, and that like weird frog guy is one of the creatures you can meet in the game.
Uh-huh.
As well as like a couple characters from like the very old cartoon Clone Wars, like from the early 2000s.
That's a fun
There's
one.
a lot of creatures from that as well.
That's fun. I like that. Ugh. A delight.
So
yeah.
For the like space cowboy, I'm assuming like if the antagonist is like internal thoughts, maybe like it's like a tormented hero where it's like something happened in the past.
Yeah.
And so they're like living with that.
Ooh, okay. If we're doing like classic Western, right? He's the sheriff in town. But like maybe he did a really shitty job at being the sheriff in town. Like maybe a bunch of people died and now he's like afraid to be the sheriff in town around these parts here. I don't know. Like
maybe he's like hunting.
Ooh, that's good.
Someone.
So he's not the sheriff in town.
Maybe all right, here's what I got.
Okay.
Sheriff in town, some like smugglers raid the town, make off with all the valuables, and he like hightails it after them on the horse, jumps on the ship, is like trying to fight his way through, but the whole ship crashes back into the town and destroys a lot of it, and he's like really badly scarred on his face. Now he's gonna wear like some big shawl and stuff. He's dark.
And he becomes Two-Face.
But one of the smugglers survives that, and you get like a scene of like, this feels like, I don't know if it's in Boba Fett, but it feels like in Boba Fett, where he's like passed out in the sand. He like watches the guy stumble away, and he's like, I'm gonna get you. And then that's his plot. He's gonna revenge plot, but it's not really the plot because it's his real villain is his own sense of failure. And, getting over this mistake that he made in the past.
So he can't actually ever kill the guy, right? Like, or can he? Is that the moral? Is the moral, so long as you satiate that sense of revenge, it's okay?
I don't know. I'm always conflicted a little bit about like revenge plots, because it seems like they always end up like, no, I'm too good for this. But pretty much always the person that they're trying to kill is like a really terrible person. And they've probably killed other people getting to that person. And so it's like, now you have your sense of morality against this way worse person. So I think it's more like he succeeds, but then has to wrestle with the fact that that doesn't really change anything.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that doesn't fix the town up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Maybe we get to that like climactic fight of like a classic duel, and he wins, and the like enemy's body falls to the ground, and then he's like walks off, dead silent, no music, and then you just see like a bunch of silent scenes of him like in a bar or riding his horse, where it's like clearly this doesn't mean anything, and then the real climax starts of him going back to the town and helping like fix it up, and maybe he takes to farming a little bit. He's like helping the town grow back to what it was before he inadvertently destroyed some of it.
Yeah. I love that. I think the only change I would make is like, you got to kick him while he's like not quite down a bit, in the sense of like, you got to like, I feel like someone in the town has to like, maybe like brings the head of the guy he killed or whatever. He's like, I did it. Yay. I fought for our town or whatever. And then someone in the town is like, our town's right here. Like, you weren't fighting for our town, like kind of thing. And that's when he's like, fix her up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Did we like there's more to flesh out here, but also I kind of feel like we just did it again.
I was gonna say another way you could take the two, like I'm sort of with Adam of like, I don't know how I feel about like revenge plots because they always are like, ooh, revenge is bad.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes there are bad people like that need to be taken care of.
That's true. But yeah.
Especially in like a Wild West scenario where you presume there aren't any laws or justice system. So it's like this guy's gonna keep on stealing and killing and doing terrible things to people. Like it's not necessarily a bad thing to kill
him out,
even if it doesn't solve your inner demons.
It fixes
it's not the solution to be like, no, I'm morally better than this. I'm gonna let you go because I've learned about myself. It's like we're just gonna keep on doing bad things.
Yeah.
I sort of like the idea of like, what if like revenge is consuming, where it's like not that like, oh, he's just become as bad as him, but like doing this will like mean that like it's over for him, like there's no redemption.
Ooh. That works. How is that though? Like, is the guy like, maybe that guy was like the sheriff around his parts kind of thing, and basically like taking him out is showing like now there's this other town that is in need kind of thing, and he did that. Like what about it makes him irredeemable, I guess? Because if it's just like if we don't develop the guy that he kills then we don't know that it's like a problem that he killed him. We're just kind of like, okay.
That's a good point. Or maybe it's like he just doesn't care anymore about like the town. He just cares about like getting revenge at that point.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think that's
maybe he like dies at the end.
Ooh, I feel
he
like
loses.
That's very Western, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
but he saves the day in the end.
Yeah.
But did he really gain anything?
Okay, we gotta have a quick draw moment.
We do, yeah.
Oh, okay. Story of revenge, right? He gets revenge, he goes back to the town, he realizes he didn't actually like help anything, he's fixing things up, things are fixed up. That guy's son comes and is ready to like kill our main guy kind of thing. This guy's like, okay, we're gonna fight, I'm not gonna like die to you or whatever. Maybe takes care of him but also dies in the quick draw thing. Like we think he drew first, but the guy like ultimately also drew at the exact same time. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I keep coming back mainly because I thought of a really cool shot idea.
I want to hear it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the like him like realizing it's all meaningless after he kills the guy, comes back to the town, tries to help out, but maybe he dies. Maybe he's like wounded or something, and he like succumbs to infection or something. Doesn't really matter. But he like makes an impact on some person, and there's like this scene where he's like, you gotta like build and grow something better, and he like plants a tree or a space tree in the middle of the town, and then we get a shot of like a time lapse focused on the tree of the town like growing around him as this guy that he made an impression on like a little kid grows the town in his stead as it builds up around the tree and like flourishes, and you see like feasts and stuff around the tree.
I love that.
Yeah, I like that shot.
No, that sounds gorgeous. Yeah.
Ooh. I did forget it was space for a second.
It's usually just set dressing, honestly, for space westerns.
Yeah. That sounds really cool, though. I mean, you can have that with him dying, though. You know, like
I mean,
yeah.
I just was like, wow, that's a pretty good shot.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot.
Like final shot to end the movie on.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
But however it ends, gets there. Doesn't really matter.
That's true. I mean, he's got to die to like pass on the wisdom, right? Yeah. Whether he's old or if he's like shot or whatever.
Yeah, I do like the idea that he doesn't really succeed. That he fails, he dies. He dies feeling like he never made a difference, and everything he did throughout the movie was just hurt him in the end.
Yeah.
But then after his life, the legacy he leaves is his like saving grace and improvement. that although he never got to see it, he did eventually succeed past his own life.
I like that. Okay, so then I see like 3 possible options, right? One, he kills the guy, he comes back, someone's like, hey, you didn't really like do what we needed you to. He starts doing what they need him to, and either he, just dies eventually from doing that, or someone comes and kills him from doing that, or before he even started coming back, he got hurt and then dies like much sooner. I kind of prefer him doing some of it though, because
I would prefer him doing because I like of him like leaving an impression on some other person to take over once he's gone. Like maybe he doesn't get a lot done, like he has these grand plans of what he wants to do to help rebuild, but isn't able to really do much of any of it.
Yeah,
he plants the seeds, both literally and metaphysically,
right?
That then grow past him.
I like that a lot. Maybe the kid like is either there's like more people trying to come into the town, or like the kid is just getting bullied by another town kid or something, and that's when they have like a discussion about like revenge and everything, and he's like, no, like here's what you need to focus on, kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. Any other?
I mean, I like we could like I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but it could be like 2/3. If we want to have him, like half the movie is him hunting down like classic Western of like in bars, like quick draw, dueling, like secret gambling dens of like passing information as he tries to like hunt down this guy. But then middle, he succeeds, or maybe he doesn't even succeed, gets him, but then realizes it's all meaningless. Stumbles back to the town, and then the rest of the movie is him like maybe finding this bullied kid who's an orphan because just really knocked this kid while he's down, and then he like takes him in and teaches him, and that's the remainder of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sounds really good. One thing, I think he shouldn't kill the guy. I think the guy should still die, but I think maybe someone else kills him. And then the guy is like he comes back and he's like, I didn't even like protect our town, kind of thing.
Well, maybe they have like a good duel shootout, and he shoots the guy, but the whatever other guy shoots him worse, and so that's like a more fatal wound, whereas he just grazed the other guy and he gets off, and he's like, I failed again. I couldn't even do this one thing that had consumed my life for however many months or years.
I like that, because I think it sets the tone of like it's not that he changed his mind, it's just that he didn't like succeed with it.
And that to fight his own inner demons, the solution is not to destroy something else, it's to build something.
I like it. That's sweet. Well,
what's the title?
Roots. Roots. Oh, that's fun.
Roots is...
I thought of a title for the sports one. We'll just steal one from another sports
one.
Okay. Call it A League of Their Own.
Oh my god.
A League of Their Own with literally 0 female characters that we came up with in this.
Call it A League of Their Own too.
Oh my god, okay, change the sports movie. It's A League of Their Own, but it's just women gamers. It's just the whole
gamers deserve a league too.
Oh my god. Alrighty, well, what rained on y'all's parades? We just nailed 2 movies.
We nailed 2 movies. I would genuinely watch both of them.
I would too. One of them is certainly more artsy than the other. One of them is certainly more fun. And I think that's a great little range.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. So for the past 4 weeks, have been going to the gym every single weekday.
Fun.
And that's been great.
Delight.
I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I paid a bit of money for a workout app, and it's great because every day at 9 a.m. it tells me like what I should work out that day.
Love that.
It's very lovely and helpful.
Yeah.
It's called Fitbod if anyone wants a recommendation. But I've been using that. I've been going to the gym. Lovely. However, today I met the most insufferable person at the gym.
No. Was it a grunter or was it someone who stands right next to you?
Grunter.
Ugh, the worst.
And he also is standing next to me at like everywhere I went.
Double whammy.
It was just so weird because like today I got off work early, so I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym, and no one else should be there because I got off work early, so everyone else should be at work.
Yeah.
And I was wrong because this man came in and just started like deadlifting and groaning so loud. I thought he was dying at some points, and so there were multiple times I was like, "Hey man, you good?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they like started talking to me about like, hey, here's another way you could do that. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, like, this is what my app says. So I'm just going with my app. And he's like, you ever tried creatine? And I was like, no. And he's like, you should try it. And I was like, I think I'm good, but thank you, though.
I've never
And he just kept giving me advice. And I was like, okay, cool.
Ooh. I've never had so much like genuine hatred for someone I've never met.
That's really bad.
He's just so loud the entire time. I was there for 45 minutes, and the entire time it's like, he's like, I've been doing this for 4 years.
Ugh.
I gotta stay in shape. And I was like, okay, cool.
Okay, he's like hit all of my biggest gym pet peeves of like, one, don't talk to me unless I'm like doing something like actually wrong, like not like workout wise. Don't tell me, I don't care. If I'm like about to
Like
back
injure
into
yourself.
something, if I've like fallen and I can't get up and I don't have my life alert on, help me up. If like whatever's going on, sure, there's emergencies. If there's a fire, you can yell that at me, but like don't talk to me about your workouts or what you think I should be doing. Hate it.
I guess I sort of instigated it because like I asked him. That man was grunting so loud.
Different.
I thought he was dying. I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like,
being a
"Oh
nice
yeah, I'm
Midwestern
doing
boy.
fine."
Like that is not the same. But like you didn't instigate him being like, "Oh, well, here's what I think you should do." Like that's not the same. And then also the grunting.
It was so loud.
I know there's
That's
that
really
like
bad.
Turn my
science
music on
thing.
multiple times. Is there really? I don't know.
There's that science thing where it's like, oh, if you're working through pain, like letting out like a grunt or like saying like fuck or whatever can help reduce the pain kind of thing. And a lot of weightlifters that I know from like wrestling and jiu-jitsu really swear by it. And I'm like, you guys are the most insufferable people I have ever met. I love them. They're very sweet boys. But also like I would never work out with any of them because I hate it.
Yeah.
It's so obnoxious. Like do that in your own home gym. Fine. Don't do that in a public space. Like you're scaring me. I can hear you over my music. Like, ooh.
Sometimes when I'm near the end of a set, I'll like let out a ton of air, which can be like sort of loud, but like that's different.
That's so different.
And like that's the most.
I'm talking like the scream grunts.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what it was. I was like, oh my God,
if you thought he was in
so
pain,
loud.
it's bad. And then also, getting too close to me. If we're the only two people, go over there.
I also love like every time he'd finish a set, he would sort of like show off a little bit, which like I thought was funny because it's like he's not showing off to me, I guess just himself, because he'd like walk in front of the mirrors, and for video listen, she just like like have his arms in front of his like.
Please go to the video version and watch
the air.
Oh my God. Oh no.
I was like, what?
I can picture
what
this
is he
man
doing?
in front of me right now.
Oh
And I hate it.
gosh. Yeah. I have like a very
Anyway.
clear visual of exactly what this guy looks like.
So that's what rained on my parade. The gym has been lovely.
Yeah.
Everyone else I've met there has been very nice.
Mhm.
Just keeps to themselves. It's been great. And this guy.
The worst time I ever had at the gym was some guy tell me that I shouldn't be doing like hip ups, like using a bench. He's like, this is for people to like lift weights, and I'm like, I'm lifting weights, I'm just doing it differently. And also like there's 3 other people doing the exact same thing I'm doing. Yeah, I just put my headphones back in. Or earbuds. Yeah,
I don't know. Also, someone in our gym keeps breaking things. There's like a carabiner, and someone like, because carabiners like push in to open, it's somehow pushed out. And I don't know how someone did that. It's very broken. And then someone also broke the lap bar as well, which is annoying because I had to do lats that day.
Damn, yeah. Frustrating. I got real sick last week. That sucked. I don't like being sick. Happy news. I have been making bookmarks, which are very fun, and I like them a lot. I'm just going to show a bunch of my favorites. I've made too many to show all of them So, whoop.
Dang.
But
Very colorful.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm having fun with them. I think these are my favorite and sunflower things.
Yeah, I like that one.
Thank you. That's my stuff. I want to start selling at craft fairs because there's a bunch coming up
Yeah.
in like October through December. So I think that'd be fun. But how about
That'd
you,
be
Adam?
nice.
Yeah.
I also got sick last week in the middle of my vacation, which I thought was going to happen. Just usually my sicknesses are just stress related. So I was like almost positive I'm going to get sick after the bar exam.
Like you'd
'Cause
pushed
all
it
that
off.
stress, like, yeah, 'cause I
Yeah.
pushed it off until so it would hit after.
Mhm.
So, but whatever. It didn't inhibit the vacation that much.
Good.
So it was fine.
Do you feel like
and-
better now that there's been like time from it? Like I know you're still doing some stressful stuff, but
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that was going to be kind of my like sunny thing, I guess, to end the podcast on is
yeah.
I feel like after a summer of pretty
Yeah.
much nonstop stress, I had this week, which is still stressful of like moving in, but for the most part, it's like I get to relax. I can just sit and play video games for a lot of the day. Like have not been able to do that in a real long time.
Yeah.
So it's been nice.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, write movies with your friends if you're as good as
Yeah.
us.
Which
Because
we
oh my
nailed
god.
it. Maybe hey
Netflix?
studios produce these movies that we just handed you on a plate.
Call us first, but like yeah.
And pay us many millions of dollars for it, but you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
writers
You'll make
strike
it all
union
back.
strong and everything. So like give us some time, but then yeah. Oh my god. Alrighty. Well, have a sunny Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.